Good morning and welcome to first session First PUC Economics Part B Indian Economic Development. Today we are going to discuss about Chapter 8 Infrastructure. And infrastructure is very important and interesting because it is a core sector of an Indian economy which is going to concentrate on the development of the system. Infrastructure definitely a very important part of the economy, and we are going to concentrate in order to make our country self-reliant and even more advanced than other country. In this chapter we are going to discuss about, and today's class we are going to learn the introduction part of economics and what is infrastructure and relevance of infrastructure. In this chapter, we will understand certain concepts, that is, first, understanding the main challenges India faces in the area of social and economic infrastructure. Challenges in the sense problems or issues that India face in social and economic infrastructure. Next, we are going to discuss about what is the role of infrastructure in economic development of the country. For any country's development, infrastructure plays a key role for any developmental activities. And next, we are going to discuss about the role of energy as a critical component of infrastructure. So nowadays, all other developed countries, they are concentrating on the concept of energy. As our Prime Minister and the WTO, everybody they talk about the energy because energy plays a very important role in developing the infrastructural facilities. Next, we are going to study about the problems and prospects of energy and health sector. In our country, how the energy sector and the health sector face different types of problems and where we are lacking. About that in brief we are going to study in this chapter. Lastly, we are going to understand the health infrastructure in India. So let us understand in this chapter about infrastructure and few concepts. Before going to the meaning of infrastructure, we will know, just we make a comparison between the states of our country. So firstly, I want to ask you a question that have you ever thought of why some states in India are performing much better than others in certain areas and some states doesn't perform well? Why? And the next question is, why do Punjab, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh they prosper in agriculture and horticulture? And the third question is, why are Maharashtra, Gujarat industrially much advanced than others? Why not the remaining 27 states? Why they doesn't perform well in an industrial sector? And the next question comes, how come Kerala, popularly we call it as a God's own country, and also it excels in literacy? About 90% of the people are literate in the Kerala state, and also not only in the literacy, also in the healthcare, sanitation and tourism is such a large numbers in Kerala. And lastly, our own state, that is Karnataka, and Karnataka's information technology attracts world's attention. So why only these states are performing well with horticulture and agriculture, industrially developed, and sanitation, healthcare, literacy, tourism, information technology? Why not other states? The answer is very simple. It is all because these states have better infrastructure in the areas they excel than other states of India. Some have better irrigation facilities, others have better transportation facilities, and located near ports, which makes the raw materials required for the various manufacturing industries easily accessible from one place to other places. And cities are Bangalore in Karnataka attracts many multinational companies across the world because they provide the world class communication facilities, all the support structure which facilitate the development of a country. So in today's video we are going to understand what is infrastructure. So let us learn the meaning of infrastructure. So infrastructure provides supporting services. It is a supporting services in the main areas of industrial sector, agricultural production, domestic, foreign trade and commerce. So without the infrastructural facilities or services, the industrial sector, agricultural production, domestic, foreign trade and commerce cannot develop. We cannot imagine the development in those areas. Here it is given clearly, infrastructure provides the supporting services. What are these services? Here the images which is you can see here, some roads, airports, ports, utilities, social, healthcare, education, railways, energy. These are the some services here I've mentioned with the images. These services includes roads, railways, ports, airports, dams, power stations, oil and gas pipelines, communication facilities. So countries' educational systems including schools and colleges, health system includes the hospitals, sanitary system, drinking water facilities and the monetary system. So monetary system means financial system, which includes the banks, insurance and other financial institutions. So all these are the supporting services for any development of the sectors like industrial sector, agriculture sector, service sector. If these sector has to be developed means the behind that, the forces behind that for the development is these supporting services. So in short, infrastructure facilities which provides the facilities for any development of the country. And now look at us. These services have been broadly categorized into two parts. So some are categorizing in two ways, that is economic infrastructure and social infrastructure. Let us understand what is economic infrastructure and social infrastructure. So some facilities have a direct impact on the production of goods and services. For example, energy, transportation, communication. So when these services provides the direct impact which gives the direct results in the production of goods and services. Such supporting services are called as a economic infrastructure, while others give the indirect support. Indirect support is nothing but building the social sector of the economy, whereas these are related with education, health, housing, and these are all sanitation, drinking water facilities. These are all included with social infrastructure, which indirectly supports the economic development of the country. Let us understand with still more examples of social and economic infrastructure. Here are few examples for social infrastructure like health and family welfare, education and training, human development and social security, poverty alleviation programs, labor employment and welfare, empowerment of women, empowerment of socially disadvantaged groups. These all comes under social infrastructure. Next we look at the economic infrastructure. Economic infrastructure includes energy, that includes the electricity, coal, oil, gas. These all comes under the energy. Transportation like railways, roadways, airways, waterways, all comes under the transportation. And telecommunication, Then special economic zones, urban infrastructure, sewages, drainages, city roads, and these are all the various economic infrastructure. Next, we are moving on towards the relevance of infrastructure. Infrastructure, it is the support system on which depends the efficient working of a modern industrial economy. Every country wanted the nation to be developed, their nation to be self-reliant and more efficient than others. So in order to achieve this self-reliance and developed in the industrial sector, we need to develop in the infrastructural facilities. So for example, if you take modern agriculture, so this agriculture largely will be depend upon the speedy and the large scale transport. For the agriculture sector, what are the infrastructural facilities required? Seeds, pesticides, fertilizers, and by using all this, we use modern roadways to carry the goods from agriculture field to some other area, that is distribution. To distribute the goods, the modern roadways, railways and shipping facilities. Modern agriculture also depends on insurance. When the crop fails, when the droughts and floods, when the natural calamities comes, they need some insurance and banking facilities because of its need to operate on a very large scale. So infrastructure is presently relevant with the modern agriculture system. Not only that, we are moving on towards the infrastructure contributes to economic development of a country. So why infrastructure is important? Why we need to concentrate on infrastructure means, for any economic development of a country, infrastructure contributes and it plays a key role in contributing for the developmental purpose, both by increasing the productivity of the factors of production. Factors of production includes land, labor, capital, organization. So the productivity will be increased in this and improving the quality of life of its people. For that, infrastructure facilities are very important. Not only that, when the infrastructure facilities are inadequate in the sense lack, when we lack in infrastructure, can have a multiple diverse effect on health. For example, when we don't have a proper water facilities, and when the sanitation is not good, sanitation means cleanliness, if the place is full of drainages or full of dust or garbages, that is when the places are unclean, automatically the lot of diseases comes. So sanitation have a large impact by reducing the morbidity. Morbidity means proneness to fall ill. So many, for longer period of time, people will be falling in ill because of there is no improvement in the water facilities and also in the sanitation. So from major waterborne diseases, so this morbidity will affect the children. More millions of children are dying due to this waterborne diseases in our country, and also it is reducing the severity of the diseases when it occurs. So infrastructure facilities are very important in providing the good health sector in our country. So the next one is, in addition to the above linkages between the water and the sanitation and the health, the quality of transport and the communication infrastructure can affect the access to health care. So the quality of transport, so when there is no nearby health facilities like hospitals, clinics, paramedicals, some medical assessment, if it is not nearby, we have to travel by the transport. So when that communication and the transportation, if we are lacking in that, it affects access to the healthcare facilities once again, and the quality of the life of the people will be, once again, it will drop out. And then lastly, not only that, air pollution and safety hazards connected to transportation also affects morbidity. Why many number of people are prone to illness for a very long period means because of air pollution. So air pollution causes many diseases and also asthma and other lung diseases. So safety hazards connected to transportation also affects the morbidity. And in this today's section, we have discussed about the introduction of infrastructure, and we have understood what is infrastructure and what are the kinds of infrastructure like social and economic infrastructure, and finally the relevance of infrastructure in today's India, how the infrastructure is relevant with the present infrastructural facilities. Thank you for watching. I hope that this class will be helpful and you have gained the knowledge and it would have definitely educated you. Thank you for watching. If you have doubts, you can leave a comments in my YouTube session. Thank you for watching.